Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This time I'd like to show you guys my Liverpool setup featuring the new players added to Liverpool. Mane, of course you all know, has got left to Bayern Munich. Darwin Núñez has joined, big money signing for Liverpool, one for the future. Some new centre backs, Simicas, Diaz, of course the latest addition to the Liverpool squad last year who did exceptionally well. And yeah, let's get started. So these tactics would be featuring Jurgen Klopp tactics, how he works the system, how he likes Liverpool to play. And this will, I think, basically be a 2.0, how we can potentially see Liverpool line up in the next season, the coming season, and how they can use their new attacking talent, along with Mohamed Salah, who of course has signed a contract till 2025. And without further ado, let's get started. So regarding my backline, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the one thing people might be noticing is why I'm using Joe Gomez. This is because even though I know Matip is highly more rated and has better defensive stats, I think Joe Gomez is an excellent option alongside Van Dijk, as Joe Gomez is very fast, can pick up balls, can run with fast players, fast attackers, and can keep pace with them along with Van Dijk. I think he makes an excellent partnership of pace, agility, power, strength, carrying the ball forward and doing everything that Liverpool needs. So I think there's an excellent center back pairing. Regarding the two fullbacks, I mean these are the one of the best fullback pairing in the world, I would assume. Robertson and Alexander-Arnold are exceptionally good. Let's move on to the tech instructions. Now for Robertson, I have balanced attack, whereas for Trent Alexander-Arnold, I have him on joined attack. Now, their tactics are a bit different because with Robertson, I want him to, yes, go forward, but not all the time. As you see, a lot of the time with Liverpool, Robertson is running back to stop a counter attack if the opposing team is attacking, or he is defensively very sound. And to the opposite wing, let's move on to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I consider a star player. I mean, what a player he is for his age, and I have him on join the attack. Not in join the attack inverted, not join the attack overlap. This is because Trent can pick up positions as in the middle as an inverted, and he can ping the ball. Or maybe Salah, if he's coming inside, Trent can ping the ball. I mean, Trent goes wherever Trent wants to go through this join the attack system, as he is very good at pinging long balls. And with Darwin Núñez and Diaz who had it in the other post, it is a very strong team. Moving on to the centre back, stay back while attacking, stay back while attacking. Allison, balanced attack. I thought to keep him on sweeper keeper, but I did not want to, as I think he's good just being in behind the posts. Moving on to my midfield. Now, I think Liverpool's midfield actually does all the hard work. They're very good, very different players, can hold the ball, technically very gifted, and can complement the front three that we're going to talk about later. Now, moving from Fabinho, very simple. I have him on man mark, stay back while attacking, and cover center. This is because I always want like a three-man defense all the time, no matter what the situation is, out of possession, in possession. I want Van Dijk and Gomez to stay back alongside Fabinho to shield them and sort of hold them and give them an extra defensive shield. Moving on to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain now. Before I move on to his instructions, I play Oxlade-Chamberlain and not Harvey Elliott, not Henderson, not Keita or Curtis Jones, because from previous FIFA, like from FIFA 20, from FIFA 21, I've always liked Oxlade-Chamberlain in this position. He's a very fast player, has good stamina, can run box to box, and this is what I have him as. He can provide an extra attacking option at times, but also he can do the defensive work. And I think he's very underrated in the game. And I do think injuries have got the better of him, but I think he's a very good player. Moving on to Thiago. Now Thiago, I think has been a great addition to this Liverpool team. 5-star skill move, 3-star weak foot, and like he's a playmaker, a deep line playmaker, can carry the ball, can do agility, has agility, can do tricks, and I think these both complement each other very nicely. Moving on to the instructions, I have Oxlade-Chamberlain on stay back while attacking, stay on edge of box for cross, and cover wing. And Thiago, I have him on stay on edge of box for cross. Now, I have Fabinho as man marking, Oxlade-Chamberlain as a box to box, and Thiago just roaming around the penalty area, in and around the penalty area, pinging in balls to Diaz, to Nunez, and he can finesse shot, he can shoot from long distance. I think his creativity stats are very very useful for this Liverpool side, especially considering Liverpool did not have a creative midfielder at first, and they only relied on their fullbacks to create all the chances. But with these tactics, I feel like Thiago is a great creative option for this team. Now, moving on to the most anticipated front three, I would assume the instruction on these guys, like just look at the acceleration and pace stats, wicked fast, and just a nightmare for any defensive line. Let's start with Diaz. Now, Luis Diaz, I have him on get in behind and get into the box for cross. Now, I did think about him cutting inside, or maybe staying wide, or maybe him coming short and to ask the ball for feet and then take on defenders. But I finally decided to have him on get in behind, as I tried a lot of matches with him, and I think that Diaz getting in behind is the best option. He he gives so many problems to the defensive line, with Robertson also running in behind and pinging in balls, and Diaz is like very very hard to stop. He has good skill moves, he can dribble past players, he can create chances, he can score, so very very self-explanatory there. Moving on to Darwin Núñez. Now, with Darwin Núñez, I did try a few options. I tried him on the left wing, I tried him on the right wing, I tried him on drift wide, I tried quite a bit of instructions on him. But after playing some matches and through my experience, I have him on getting behind, and that's it. Nothing more. Very, very simple. Just get in behind. Because I feel like with getting behind, Darwin Núñez would just read the situation and then run. Example, if there's space between the center backs, he would just run straight. If there's space like between the fullback and the center back, he would run wide. If I have him only on drift wide, he won't be that, pinging ball straight outlet to a straight counter attack to score. He would be positioning himself. Whereas if I have him on drift wide, the same would happen. He would not. Oh, sorry. If I have him on stay central, the same would happen. If I have a counter attack and I want him to run into space, he would not do that, because he would just be running in between the defenders. So I feel like get in behind is a great stat, especially considering center backs are not that fast, and his acceleration stats are off the chart. Also his finishing, and I feel like he can finish a lot of chances. And with this card, which is only 79 rated, he has a finesse shot trait, which makes him very very underrated in the game. And when I used him in my career mode, he scored over 20 goals. So yeah, I think this is a very good stat for him. Sorry, instructions for him. Moving on to what I would consider the face of this Liverpool team, the main star, the main icon, Mohamed Salah. Now, with Mohamed Salah, I have him on cut inside, come short, and get into the box for cross. Now, when Mane was in this Liverpool team, I used to have Mane as a striker and Salah on cut inside and get in behind rather than come short. But since trying out a few options and trying out these different instructions, I put him on come short. This is because I want Salah to have the ball at its feet, to have the ball on his feet, and he can then create chances by, as Núñez and Diaz would be running in behind, and Salah slipping in through ball and then carrying it forward, or playing a 1-2 with them and scoring is exceptionally good. Also, Salah on come short, you can easily breeze past players. I've tried it myself. The defensive line cannot catch him, and he is so fast. So what would sometimes happen with, if Thiago has the ball, even if Salah is on Salah's instructions are on come short and get into the box for cross while cutting inside, he would still make runs, like depending on the situation, which I love about this game. He would not only be standing if there's space, he would always make the run. So I feel like Salah on come short is a game changer, and I think this is something he would do in the season 2022-23 we're about to see in the Prem. I think Salah will have a lot of options on the ball. He will come short to collect the ball and then slip through ball to Diaz and Núñez, as they will be the more younger and more faster outlets. Even though Salah is still on top of the game, and I consider him and Benzema the top contenders of the Ballon d'Or this season. Moving on to the tactics. With Liverpool, very very self-explanatory. Press after possession loss. With 40, depth 65. Now, with press after possession loss, I mean, this is a Jurgen Klopp style. Jurgen pressing, get the ball quickly and attack them on the counter press. And Liverpool just works phenomenally well, because all their players have such great stamina stats, and it really is a joy to use them with this. Now, Moving on to chance creation, I used to have this on forward runs, but I changed it to possession since Mane left and the team changed a bit and Salah's role also changed a bit. So I feel like possession is the way to go, especially with Trent, Salah, Thiago, Van Dijk pinging in long balls. Is like possession is the way to go with this. With build a play, I have 45 rather than 50 because I want some players close by and the runners will always make runs. Whereas with when Mane was here, I used to have width on 50 because my front three were all attacking and running. Whereas now Salah has a bit different role compared to before. Players in the box, very very self-explanatory. 5 players in the box. Now with corners, I increased this to do almost max 3 because Liverpool are actually very good at corners. Trent, taking crosses, Van Dijk, Gomez, Matip, Fabinho, all can hit the ball very very well. And also on the other wing, Robertson can ping in crosses and he's also very good at crosses. So I mean, this is a benefit of using Liverpool. You can always score with a set piece and surprise your opponent. With free kicks, I have it at 2 so I don't get counter-attacked. Now, one of my favorite things to do with this Liverpool team is with Van Dijk to ping long balls. So what would usually happen would be that I would have the ball with Van Dijk and I would see on the 2D map that Salah or maybe Diaz is free, and I would simply just ping the ball to them and that's it. It would be a game changer. It's so direct. So what would happen would Van Dijk to Salah. Salah controls the ball, sees Nunes running in, sees Diaz running in. Centre backs track Nunes, they don't track Diaz. Through ball to Diaz, crosses it back to Nunes and scores. And this only considers 4 passes and it's such a direct way of play and the opposition is almost always caught out by surprise. So there you have it. These were my Liverpool tactics and what I use on the game, which are the most useful to me, and I feel like these are the best tactics to use with Liverpool as it brings out the best with their new players and also utilizes every player's potential and the characteristics of what they can do. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments how did you like my formation when you used it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.